So I'm just wondering, Jose, if you could speak about, because people from Grand Rapids, if they're listening to this interview, and they're wondering, what does this have to do with Grand Rapids? And I'm just wondering if you could sort of talk about or make the connection between the kinds of things that were happening to your community in Chicago and what's, several decades ago, and what's happening to communities in Grand Rapids right now.
Well, the main thing that was happening in Chicago was that they came into our neighborhood, outsiders, and they tried to determine what our neighborhood should look like. They came with a coloring book and said, this is the way we want to draw the neighborhood and the way it should look like. And we can make a lot of money here. We can make a bundle here and that. And so they basically were pirates. They came in there to rob us, basically. But we didn't understand that. We thought that they came in to help us. And these were mayors and aldermen and all that we respected. And they're the authority figures in that. And so what our problem was, it took us so many years, and we're still unclear because of Mayor Daley. So many people liked him that it came from City Hall. I mean, we still couldn't understand that. And here you have some great mayors too, that a lot of people like and everything like that. But the plan comes from City Hall as well. And so, they want to make, in Grand Rapids, they want to make this like in Athens, like Buenos Aires. They want to change the tide of the river, a salmon capital of the world, fishing capital of the world, a kayaking capital of the world. But that's not for us. That's not for the indigenous residents of the community. And so, as the longer that we fail to realize what's going on to us, that what it is that it's a prime land, prime real estate, and it's a land grab. They're trying to take our land from us, like they did the first indigenous people here, for beads. They basically are ripping off our people. They're saying, well, you don't have any money. We do. We're living in prime real estate. But so the same situation is going on here, where we believe that this is for us and it's not really for the people that live there, and we need to be clear where the problem lies. It started at City Hall, and that's where it must end. I mean, that's where we got to go, very, very clear, and change the plan. The plan is a racist plan. The plan creates segregation. It doesn't create diversity. It creates segregation. It puts poor people and minorities in the suburbs, and rich people, basically Anglos with money in the downtown area. So that they become a new creative class, because they're from college, they're professors, they're students, and I'm a student. But they're students and professors that they're the new creative class. They can walk to the central district. That's what they're talking about. Mm-hmm. They can have the trees and the nice environment and all that at the central district. They can ride their bicycle to the central district. But we can't do that if we're living in Kentwood and Wyoming and these other places. Because we were a long distance from downtown. We can't walk downtown. There's no walkable sidewalks for us. So, we have to be clear that we want neighborhood diversity, and we need neighborhood controlled development, that we need to empower the people in the neighborhood. And that's what the Young Lords were trying to do in the Panthers when we said power to the people. We want to empower the people. And so that's the solution to this, is neighborhood controlled development. We want to empower the people in the neighborhoods, and they're against it. So what they want to do is take the power from us, So that's what really is going on here. I mean, this is all about power. It's about land grabs and power plays and all that. The bubble burst already, but they don't care if it bursts again. I mean, they're continually just there to take neighborhoods and to focus on buildings. And not people. Instead of uplifting people, instead of trying to provide jobs, they're over here destroying factories and turning factories into condominiums. Mm-hmm. So they're not trying to create jobs that can relieve unemployment, that for unskilled people that they're skilled in factories, so they have to be retrained, but they don't want to retrain them. They don't want to spend any money on them. They don't want to spend any money on prisoners. They just want to warehouse them. So we have to look at not just the voices of the people, because they'll listen to you. They'll tell you, here, come, let's listen to what you got to say. Well, they'll listen to you all day, but it's not about listening. They already know that poor people don't want to move out. They already know that poor people don't want to be displaced. So we don't need to just listen. What we need to do is take the interests of the poor people at heart, and that's the mistake that we made. Each time the new mayor comes in and we want to listen to everybody in the world. No. You know what we want. We want some jobs. We want a stable community. We want to be empowered. I mean, that's what we want.